Hey everyone, this is Stan Hiller. I'm sure you've noticed shares of the so-called Magnificent Seven stocks are soaring, driving the S&P 500 to new highs. So who are the Magnificent Seven? They're high-tech stocks like Nvidia, up 211% in 2023, and Tesla, up 148%. So I will show them to you in this video, but suppose you don't have the time to study them every day. In that case, these global leaders can explode higher and leave you behind. So I will show you how easy it is in VectorVest to create a watch list where you can rank, sort, and analyze the Magnificent Seven in just minutes a day. From there, you can use the unit search tool so you never have to miss a perfect buy setup. Whether you want to trade them on the US exchange or the Canadian CDRs at a fraction of the US share price, you don't want to miss this video. So let's get started. I'll open the US program and start there. And it's going to work exactly the same in the Canadian market, except as I've mentioned, you will be able to buy them in Canadian currency and at a fraction of the underlying share on the US exchange. So I've just opened up the US market to the Viewers tab, and I've already created a watch list group. This is the menu where you can create a new group and give it a name here and any comments. So I've created a group for the CDR watch list. That's the complete watch list of CDRs. There's 41 Canadian depository receipt stocks in Canada. So this is a watch list of them all. And here is the Magnificent Seven. So we've taken the 41 and just created a new watch list. This is the menu drop down. We create a new watch list and we just called it the Magnificent Seven stocks. Added the symbols, just separating them by a comma. So for example, there's Nvidia, Tesla. So you just add them and there's the seven Magnificent Seven stocks. So now we've created our watch list of stocks, so it'll update on a daily basis for us, intraday if you have a real-time or intraday subscription. And you can see the fundamentals, the RV and the RS, the timing indicator, RT, sort of looking at the shorter term trend of the stock, and then our composite indicator, value, safety, timing, and that's our default sort. So we're combining fundamentals with the technical short-term trend indicator, and this line up from the best to the worst. And so from here, what I like to do, because I just want to save time and make sure I catch these stocks when they are first starting to rise in a new trend, and I can do that using our near perfect indicator with this watch list. So in the unit search tool, I'm going to left click on that, and I've already created my search here under my watch list searches, and basically I took near perfect indicator searches. If you have the Pro Trader add-in module, which allows you to search on technical crossovers, and you can see we're looking at the crossover of the 5-day moving average of RT crossing above the 40-day moving average of RT, and 3 days ago the 5 was below the 40, so we're getting that crossover. And I've filtered with our stock filter by watch list, and then I just used the equal to, and it took me to the watch list groups, and I just selected the Magnificent Seven stocks. So I click OK, and I'm ready to go with this search. It's the NPI crossing 3 days and the Magnificent Seven stocks watch list. So I've set the date to January 18th. That was a day when we had some Magnificent Seven stocks crossing over, so I just can click on that And so whenever we get that crossover going forward, we're going to be able to see very quickly if a new Magnificent Seven stock is setting up with the proper buy point. So on January 18th, these were the four that were setting up, and I can test them all to current, and you can see the results. Nvidia has been the strongest performer, 164%, but Google, Tesla, Apple, any of us would have been very happy with those returns had we found this setup on January 18th. And what we're looking for when I left click on the graph all screen. So this is the near perfect layout. When we click on graph layouts at the top right graph panel, there's a pre-built graph layout that everyone has, every subscriber to VectorVest. It's the NPI Near Perfect Indicator. And so when I click on that, this is the graph layout that I get. We have the 5 moving average of the stop price in the top part of the graph and the 40 moving average of the stop price in red, all rising very nicely with Nvidia. If I go to 1 year, and by the way, down below, this is the 5 moving average of our T, that relative timing indicator in the green line, showing us the momentum, short-term momentum. And then we've slowed the RT down a little bit further with a 40 moving average of RT in red. And we're just looking for these crossovers. There's a crossover right there. And October, and we had another one right there on January 18th. And what I like about this one, we also have the 5 moving average of the stop price above the 40 moving average of the stop. So that's a terrific entry. And as long as the stop moving average, the 5, is staying above the 40, we can stay into that, really quality long-term position for Nvidia, and even consider adding shares when we get additional crossovers of the 5 and 40. So we could add shares along the way up. So these were the other 4. There was a crossover here, pulled back quite strongly, but again, we could hold on to those shares because we know they're a good quality stock. We don't have a sell rating at this point on the graph, so we could stay into that position. Tesla, again, the crossover, and right within the 3 days after that initial crossover. So the search would have found it right there. And there's Apple crossing over, and very strong performance there. Okay, so I'll take these lines off the graph, and there we go. There's Apple. And once the 5 stop price got above the 40, it stayed above, and you could have stayed in that position the entire time for that huge gain. All right, so that's how we've set it up. So on a daily basis, it's easy to come in then into the unit search tab and just run your search, and it'll identify for you when you get that crossover. Now, if you don't have the ProTrader add-on module, it's typically a 30-day trial. You can try it out. Just call our support team. I'll give you the number at the end of the video. But the other option that everyone has is a search just called persistent trends. And we'll just look at the buy searches. So it's been a buy for two days in a row. That's a trending equals buy rated 2 days in a row. And so now I can just add my watch list, filter by, watch list equals, and it's right up here near the top. It gives us in 7 stocks, so we click on that. So I can run the search, and I don't get all 4, but we had 2 that were buy rated for 2 consecutive days. And again, just excellent results. And if you're running the search on a daily basis, you're going to catch these stocks when they become a new buy. And on the second day, there's still a buy. And then you can go ahead on the third day and make the purchase. So let's just show you what this looks like on the Canadian for Canadian investors or US investors that want to purchase shares in Canada. You're diversifying between countries, and that's always a good thing. So you can purchase CDRs if your broker will allow you to do that. And if I go to the Viewers tab and my watch lists, I've already created the since 7, I believe. Did I create it already? Maybe I didn't. Or at least I think I did in a different folder. Yeah, there it is. So I've created it in the essay idea since I wrote an essay about this in the Canadian VectorVest running on Friday, just this week. So there's our same stocks in the Canadian market, except these are Canadian depository receipts. You can see the fractional prices, $43 for Nvidia, 17 for Meta, and all the way down. So purchasing a CDR makes these very affordable. Now, there's no options on these stocks. You do get your dividends. If the dividend is paid by the underlying in the US side, you'll get a dividend in Canadian currency. So this is all Canadian currency. We're tracking them the same way with our master indicator, the VST, value safety timing. So they're all sorted that way. And so we've got our watch list all set up. We would just go to the unit search and create a group for the NPI crossing 3 days. Magnificent 7 CDRs is what I've called my search here. And I can run that search. I'll run it on January 17th. So the results in a percent basis, oops, and I clicked on the graphs, but I'll click on quick test. So on a percent basis, it's going to be very, very close. Not exact typically, but very, very close to the underlying shares on the US side. So just a great way for Canadians to buy their portfolios, take advantage of these well-funded, high market cap tech stocks that are high growth and do it at a fraction of a cost. And again, when you click on the graph, you're going to see a very similar layout to what we were just looking at over on the US side with your moving average crossovers. So we're just using that same near perfect indicator and potentially buying shares on any pullbacks that you might see, and especially when we have the 5 crossing above the 40, we get an opportunity to add to shares or purchase a new position in the stock. Right, so I hope that was helpful to you. Again, it works the same, both Canada and the US, as far as setting up your watch list group and then the individual new watch list, and then filtering on that watch list once you have it created. That's how you would do it. All right, so with that, I'm going to close off our video. And thank you for watching. Again, if you would like to take a trial with VectorVest, a 30-day trial, just give us a call, or a Pro Trader trial. It's 1-888-658-7638. And if you like this content of the video, be sure to click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. So thank you very much for watching, and wish you all the best.